Hello and welcome back once again. This is Hambbage, and we're going to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy adventuring in the nether, because that's what we're all about today. Let's get this slide out of the way. Double buffered. When that first popped up, I was getting ready to start here again. I thought it said double battered. Maybe that I'm jonesing for a little unhealthy, nasty food, but double battered stuff. Ooh, that's good. Good. Some double battered chicken or chicken fried steak. Oh. Hey, you talk about like a cheat meal. There used to be this breakfast place when I was in school, and learning all. I think we go that way. Well, let's get this while we're here. How's our inventory? Not bad. Anyway, well, when I was back in school, a long time ago, there's this just greasy spoon, garbage little a little coffee shop, and I never had a car in college. I was out of state, obviously coming from the Midwest, and had some access to friends and stuff, but I didn't, I was pretty much just around home. I would live, like off campus, but close by to the school. And after my freshman year, I lived in the dorms the freshman year, but, it's a college community, so there's a lot of stores and restaurants and all that kind of stuff kind of right around. But you definitely, when you're in school like that, you don't have a car, you get used to just things that are around. So this was across town. Okay. A little bit across town, so not a place I could go very often. It was one of those where you'd make your whole day if you were trying to, like, you could bike there pretty quickly, I guess, but you wouldn't want to bike back after. And usually, if we were going there, it wasn't a morning that you were particularly feeling like getting out and biking a whole bunch. It probably would have done us a world of good, but. Kind of the moving slow, little bit of a headache type morning. So they had this tiny little greasy spoon, one of a couple in town. I'm pretty sure that this one no longer exists. I haven't been up that way in a while. There's another one in town that's I think probably older and has a loyal following, but it was never quite the same. The one that I knew well was kind of like right on the edge of town. It was like the last little line of development before you were out in just farm country type stuff. So it was pretty great, and they had a CFS and eggs, chicken fried steak and eggs breakfast, and it was one of those, like, the greasy spoon. You don't need to eat, and of course we were in college, so we probably did anyway, but like, you don't need to eat the rest of the day. If you eat this, you're good. And you'd go in, it would be this wait, right? You have to wait for a table, and you'd usually be, everybody be a little green around the gills as they're standing out in the sunshine, because there's no waiting room or anything. I mean, this is like greasy spoon, right? Every inch of the indoor place was full of tables and people eating. So until your table was ready, you were just standing out in the sunshine, and you'd be just envisioning, like, oh, just give me a glass of water, right? Because usually, like, somebody would have been like, yeah, let's go, and everybody would have just like rolled out of bed and like, not like, yeah, that sounds perfect, that's what I need to do right now. And by the time you got there, you'd realize, like, yeah, I could have probably used, like, a shower and 10 minutes to I don't even want to commit to the fact that I would have like brushed my teeth and stuff before heading out for those mornings, but that's a sense of what was the kind of circumstances around those days. So anyway, we'd get up there and you'd be sitting outside. And I think they had like one bench, but if you had girls and stuff, they got the bench if it was even available. Usually it wasn't because there was, a whole bunch of other people waiting for tables too. So you'd just been standing there, and it was like you'd get in, and there was no like stop to wait and look at the menu or anything. It was, waitress, can I get a big glass of water, a cup of coffee, and a milkshake? And like everybody, it was just automatic. That was the expectation when you got started. You wanted all three of those. And then once they got those going and working for you, then you could kind of start like looking through. And for me, it never mattered. It was always going to be this chicken fried steak and eggs, and you could get the eggs anyway. And it came with good hash browns at that place. And I think you got like I don't think you got anything more than the steak, but then you got pancakes in addition. Just totally ridiculous, over the top. Like, why would you need pancakes in addition to already like a 2,000 calorie meal? This was so, but it was it was in college, and it was like $5. I think an extra buck for the milkshake, which was the real luxury item. But it was and even more now. I'm sure I know if I went back, it'd be like, this is kind of disgusting, actually. You outgrow those early low standards, and especially when you're living, on ramen and stuff a few days a week, and the general just, get by food of college. It was high living on those days, and you just felt like you were eating like a king. And of course, you probably more accurately than you think were, because back in the day they could afford all that. But I doubt that it was double battered. It probably was like frozen, and they just threw it in the French fryer while they got it ready. I think it was all flat top grill kind of place, but you know what I mean. So that was a fun memory. Thanks, Minecraft, for bringing that back up. I hadn't thought of that place in a long, long time. And nowadays, I think it's one of those things of being an adult. And I don't know. There's a lot of adults that get out, like the whole like doing a nice like family brunch. Like if my parents are in town to visit, or we're back there or something, sometimes we'll do a brunch for like a Mother's Day, or something like that, to kind of celebrate. And if you go to a place where they've got some of the items and stuff, and again after pandemic, I don't know that that'll ever be a deal. But there's brunch where you order off the menu, and then there's just like the brunch buffet brunch, where it's a combination of breakfast items and stuff that are and then usually they'll have like a fresh omelet bar or something when you have a nice place, and some kind of like a prime rib maybe, or something like that, carving station. So you can get all kinds of stuff, but I think a lot of those things are going to go the way of the past. So I was talking of as you. Oh, did I fill it? Those were my windows that I was filling in. I didn't even think about that. It's funny. Remember, and previous episode, which was earlier today for me, I was going around, I had cobble in my hand. I was like, oh, I'm going to fix all these gaps. And I was like, coming down the bottom. I was like, man, I left a lot of holes up on the side of this building. They were all the windows that we'd created and carved out. So, oops. Anyhow, no major loss there, I don't think. Alright, we got a bunch of this junk. We've got some stuff for this red box. I think that's the nether wart block. Yeah, that's the nilium. Some of that may be in the other boxes. All right, where's our blackstone? Regular blackstone. Bricks. Oh, why did I have two separate incomplete piles? All right, let's get out our chests. Unload what we did get, which is mainly blackstone. Let's pull. Now, did I create stem boxes out on the wood side? I can't remember. Let's go look as we put away some of this kind of stuff. Did I put anything in here? Any of these? I kind of, left flexibility in the red and blue sections, but and I don't know what all the. I think Blackstone bricks is going to be one, and let's do that, and we'll check that. That can go. The rest of this stuff is all going to go back over on the other side. Gunpowder, a couple. Obsidian, a few of those. It does not look like we set up either of the nethery wood types. Oh, maybe I just left it upstairs. I was like, oh, if I end up with enough, I'll deal with it. I don't know. Will forever now be a uncertainty in my mind where we left it. We'll put the stem down there. Did I do anything with the blue ones? Do I have any of the blues? Nope. Okay. More of this junk. And one more netherrack. Okay, let's see where we can do with all this. Regular blackstone. Takes care of most of it. Then we've got lots of polished bricks and some cracked. So let's go polished. And then where these cracked polished. Okay. Then what are we going to do with this gilded stuff? I think the only other example that we had, we maybe dumped in the outdoor chest. And do we have a gravel beside the sand over here? I think we do. Somewhere. There we go. All right. Bunch more randomness here. Bit more there. Pick these up. Put them away. Sure do wish I hadn't abandoned an entire ender chest, huh? Blackstone. Oh. More blackstone and cracked polished. Okay, we got a basalt. There. Lodestone I think I'm going to take upstairs. And the enchanted book we can take upstairs. The question will be, I don't know if I've eaten this yet or not. Do we want to repair now or repair later? To be determined. We've still got 3 picks. I think that gets us all the way there pretty handily, I think. Hey, Salty, how you doing? Our banners look so good, swaying there in the indoor. It must be drafty. Have such sway. All right, let's cook. Let's. Oh, so maybe I had eaten some pork along the way. We'll put the lodestone in here. We'll put the book upstairs. Hey, Guava, how you doing? So, do we repair while we're here? Anything in here? No. I guess maybe we do what quartz we have just while we're here. I don't think it's going to get us all the way back by any means, but oh, and I forgot to put the gold up there. All right, let's go do that, because there really shouldn't be anything to do down here when we're done, except I think the fortune pick is in the yellow toolbox, not in the top level. That's how we were distinguishing it from the other picks. Okay, gold blocks. Boom. Fortune pick. Boom. Away. Alright. Yeah, not the most riveting way to start off our adventure, but important nonetheless. Alright, so here we go. So I always make it pretty clear. I don't think there's right or wrong ways to play the game of Minecraft whatsoever. I think it is uniquely cool in that you make your own fun with it. I mean, that's the nature of a sandbox, right? Like, box with some sand in it, but little kids figure out how to do all kinds of stuff in the sandbox, whether it's throwing sand or eating sand or defiling the sand, or just digging and building in the sandbox, as most kids, I think, do pretty regularly. But yeah, it's the whole nature of it is how free and open it is to play the way you want to play without any kind of limitations or anything. So I'm surprised at how far what is seemingly must be a meme deal of labeling streams stuff that they're not. And like, I guess it's a viewer bait thing, right? You want to get views, you want to grow your channel, so to speak, because everybody's going to make this into a career, right? Probably not. But I've never understood the idea of misrepresenting what you're doing to try to get people into a deal. And it's I understand it's a tactic, right? Because it will drive people bonkers, and they'll feel the need to be all superior and right and call you out for not doing what you're saying you're doing. I mean, it's internet trolling at its most basic, right? There's not a ton of questioning of what's going on there. But I mean, maybe you have a user base that appreciates the joke and hopes that more people will come back. But I say all this, and I'm not even gonna say who it was or anything, but I was watching a stream the other day, and as I've said, I like going for low visibility, low active viewers type streams, and supporting them the way I would hope people would come out and find me. I think that's, if you're hoping to have people come and appreciate your content, you got to reciprocate that. You can't just, oh yeah, everybody should come to me, I'm the greatest, but I'm not going to go, my stuff's so much better, I'm not going to go watch anybody else. It's not the way it works in any, or in my opinion, in anything in life. You've got to, whether it's a friendship or, work sales type relationship or any other thing that you're trying to make beneficial to you, you've got to be willing to put that time in and show interest. Yeah, friendship, romantic, anything else like that. You can't, you can't just say, hey, well, maybe you can if you find the right people, but you can't just be all about yourself and say, hey, this is what I like doing, so we're going to do that, and it's got to be a give and take. You gotta support other people's interests and needs as well as your own, or you're going to live a very lonely life. That's kind of the part about being a human social species, right? So anyway, yeah, I bounce around quite a bit. Most of the time I'm not even leaving stuff. I think supporting with views, and then if it's not just terrible, I always hit a like. I think that's the way to show, hey, this is. It may not be my favorite, but it's what I'm interested in and what I'm doing. So I was the other day. This is a while ago now. I was just checking some videos out and seeing what was out there, and I came across a relatively low view count, more than in here, but that's not saying much. A viewer that was playing not it was, and this is getting tougher and tougher to find, but it was 116.5 Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And it was like on, I think, episode 6 or something had just dropped and had a dozen or so views, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I can, somebody else is kind of in the same range that I'm at, and getting going, playing some vanilla hardcore. I'm definitely tuning in. So I go in and drop in and watch half a video, and as it's going, and I happen to be watching on my laptop, which is usually not where I watch a lot of videos, but as I'm watching, I'm like, this person is, doing it right. They were working on the the staircase down from an early temporary base to go get their diamonds and all that and start branch mining. And I'm like, oh, this is, very similar to the way I play. Awesome. And I'm in my laptop, so I don't even have it blown up to full screen. It's just kind of the little window, and I'm actually looking down at the comments because I'm kind of like, I'm looking for, well, yeah, at that point, it doesn't matter who they are. If you're out there actually recording some hardcore vanilla Minecraft, odds are I'm going to try to hang out and watch it. At least to get a taste. So that's what I was doing, and because it was a relatively small channel, and I saw that there were couple comments already going, I was like, oh, you know what, I gotta just drop a line and say hi and how great it is to find somebody else. So I was in the process of doing that. As I'm doing it, I notice the person is fixing a mistake, and he says in there, oh, this is going to be tough. If I only had some gravel, I could fix it. But it's a good thing I have blah. And I don't know, because I don't play any of these. And again, I'm not saying this is wrong at all. I'm completely down with playing modded and enjoying it. So this person had a tool mod, which basically, it looked like you could, if I'm looking here and there's nothing underneath, or say I'm looking here and I'm trying to block off some of the lava, so I could look at this block and say, place a block, but down one, not where I'm looking, but down below, and you can basically hang blocks out into space where we wouldn't otherwise have an anchor point. Would be pretty handy as we're going after netherite and some of the stuff in the middle of the lava, right? But I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, that's weird. Not, it's a little nitpicky at that point, but you're not playing vanilla. You're obviously using mods in your play. Again, which is fine. No issue there, but if you're doing that, well, why are you calling it a vanilla stream if it's not, So I'm kind of like, all right, and I just, I dropped a comment that, hey, I appreciate seeing the content. That's great. I'll be back, and I'll, by the way, you don't need gravel. The way that I fix that kind of thing, because I often see myself in the same situation, is just crouch on the lower block, slide your way out, and you can build up and then break the block that you're standing on to move back down. And I posted my comment, and I'm just doing it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, look at that window, and it's already got the toolbar, the thing in the middle of the bottom of the screen on mine, but in their resolution, it was even smaller, because I think I've scaled mine up a little bit, and it's somewhere in the settings. I don't know, I don't know if we could see it here. Clouds, particles, shaders, fancy graphics, GUI scale. I think this is it. Whoa. I don't know if that, yeah, it's for science, right? That makes those like crazy big, but it also makes the screen, down at the bottom, the toolbar and everything. I think that's bigger now than it was. I don't know that I can hang with playing like this. But anyway, you guys can see it. It's bigger. And in the window I was looking at, it looked really tiny. I bet we can, if we go auto, whoa. So that's one, right? So if we do this, everything's really small. See, it's crazy, which is cool. You get a lot more of the screen view, and if we have our toolbar and all that tiny, right? But that was kind of the I think it was probably the 2 setting. We'll go back to 3 here, because that's what I use, and it may just been my screen in the window that I was using, but I think it was probably on 2 in the one I was looking at. Now even that seems huge, but we had gone up to 4, right? It's good enough to me. So anyway, his looked really small in the video, and when I looked at it more closely, I was like, wait a minute, those hearts are flat. So in addition to using just a couple of quality of life type again, minor modification of gameplay. Yeah, you can put blocks places where you otherwise couldn't in straight vanilla. I mean, is that going to ruin anybody's thing? Is it worth getting all bent out of shape about? Absolutely not. It's just, okay, it's not vanilla if you start modifying those kind of things. And this wasn't just a debate about, whether, I remember when we got stuck in that exact same gravel. That's not just a debate about Optifine, or or some of the things there where you get a little better. This was clearly a designed add-on mechanic to the game that's not in the original game code. So again, no problem using that, but it's not it's not vanilla, right? And the fact that both of these were going on in the same screen, and again, and I haven't watched enough. I picked up the whatever the current episode was. I didn't go back to the beginning. I still may, because it looked like a good series, very much the same style that I'm in. So I probably will go watch the playlist if there is one, and kind of check out the full getting started and see how far it goes and all that. But it was just like, really, you're kind of missing everything that you described this video as. And so I wonder, is it a meme? Is it a tactic to get the viewers to come on and, rage and comment in there, hey, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah? Or is it just an ignorance type deal? Like, you don't get it. I find that almost impossible to believe. I think it's got to be intentionally done, but I don't understand what the mentality is there. Why work hard or create a title to bring in viewers and give them an expectation of one thing, and then have something, it's kind of a bait and switch, but it's a lame bait, it's not even like, oh, you were expecting this, and now I'm going to, you're going to get math homework or something for it, bait and switch is like, oh, this product will do this, and then you find out that, no, that product doesn't do any of the things that we just told you it was going to do. It's just that. Or, like 50% off sale at the store, and you go in there, and it's like, well, it's not the Tide laundry detergent that we had on sale. It's actually liquid plumber, the drain unclogger, like totally different thing. And they're like, yeah, we got you into the store, and we figure that you probably, most people don't need that day to day like they do laundry detergent. So now you're here, maybe you'll buy full price laundry detergent and a bunch of other stuff, and we fooled you, ha ha ha. So I don't know. I don't see how. And maybe maybe it works. Maybe it just appeals to enough people to look for that content, and then it sets you apart from all the other people that just play survival vanilla, or and it, by being mostly, it had some texture pack, but not, it was recognizable, the game. It wasn't like space Minecraft or anything like that. It was basically a recognizable game with some fancier graphics. That's all. Again, that's all cool. Play it the way you like it. But just and that part, graphic stuff. When I think vanilla, I'm really thinking the gameplay functionality. And again, it's open to everybody's interpretation. I'll say, I honestly, when I'm scanning through and looking for stuff, that's the easiest way for me to recognize somebody that may be playing hardcore vanilla, or at least, vanilla, is just looking at, especially on Twitch, where, you can just see the kind of glimpse of what's on screen and whatever the content is that people are providing. So, yeah, if I see the base Minecraft texture pack stuff, all right, well, that's one I'll at least give a second look to and see if I want to drop in on. So, at least for me, it goes the opposite. There's so many mods out there, so many people. I was at least happy, as far as I know, maybe this was different too, but it wasn't 117. It was advertised as being a 116, which again is exactly what I'm doing. I'm waiting, with the current actual release as opposed to jumping into to the pre-release version. So many streamers and content creators, want to be ahead of the curve, and that's it's understandable. You want to, hey, I can get the looks for being the first person to do this in this version, or whatever. I get it, but it's just interesting. Again, good luck to the guy. It certainly got me there, so maybe it gets a lot of other people too, but. It was so strange to be in there and within and the videos are short. He's on like a 20-minute play thing, which again it would appear just from the very limited look that I saw, because as I selected one video, it's got a couple others and they were different, either different Minecrafts or different versions and all that, and I don't know. But I just, like, is it you don't understand or you're intentionally trying to mislead people? And either way, how, why, what's going on? What are you doing? Beyond me a bit. I don't know why I'm really doing this. It was just kind of a good time to chat as I was reviewing some of that. We'll dump our inventory here of the nonsense. Surprisingly little there. Oh, right underneath it. You see that? That's some moves. Come on. Hurry, shit. Yep. Alright, while that clears up, we'll go get that one piece. Snack. So yeah, if anybody knows, like, oh yeah, it's totally a deal, and here's why. Okay, and maybe that's just the deal. But I don't know. I hope it makes people aware. I just hope they actually understand how to get into the actual hardcore part of the game, because that above everything, that's the content. Texture packs and some tweaks and stuff to the gameplay and all that. I don't care. I like the content of how do you react when you drop a world, and what do you do to react from that. So if I'm watching what's supposed to be a hardcore world, but you have no chance of losing it, that doesn't have as much appeal to me as a viewer. Oh, and the other thing, and this again is my play style, and I get it. It's particularly YouTube. It's almost a sin to do it the way I do, which is record everything and don't cap. And I think that's probably reflected. Everybody wants to you to summarize what you're doing, and a lot of people actually prefer to have the content of the farming and all that cut out. I just once I see that you don't care about actually playing playing vanilla or actually being in hardcore mode, and when that's what you're saying it, then when you're saying in your video, oh yeah, now I'm going to go, when I'm off camera, I'm going to do some farming and I'll do all that. I don't buy it. I think you're just going to go cheat go command line a bunch of stuff in and not have to worry about it. And again, still not a bad way to play Minecraft. Just in my opinion, the looking around that we did for the biome and getting frustrated and eventually, finding 2 enchanted golden apples before we found the Badlands, or one right after we did, but having all that adventure, I think you cheat yourself out of a lot of that if you just, oh, I need an enchanted golden apple, I'm just going to code one. Okay, that's fine, but now what are you going to do? You just took out a whole bunch of the reason to actually play the game on yourself without any real benefit from it, except that may be what your viewers actually prefer. And there's something to that, but those are your same viewers that you then may find have hung out for one quick series and are then gone. I would prefer to accurately represent what I'm doing. Hey, I'm playing hardcore vanilla Minecraft. I'm showing it all in these series. Drop in, fast forward through a video, kind of, you can check back through my play just by dipping a toe in at various points in the playthrough. And then, if you find that, oh, I've started on, we're in World 5, I think. So, if I start on World 6, hey, if I go towards the end of the last episode, there's going to be some drama there. Hey, that's fun, but I'd rather give the viewers the choice. And would I welcome the possibility of being able to edit videos, and do this kind of a playthrough and then go back and pull out 15-20 minutes worth of highlights from it? Sure, but I don't have time to watch them, much less go back and pick out the best. I still only about 50% of the time actually think about, oh, I should get a thumbnail shot to put on this video. So unfortunately, for you guys as the viewers, you're kind of stuck with a longer episode format. But I think, reception aside, there's definitely a market. Maybe less so for the 2 hours, but there's plenty of people putting hour-long episodes up, and there's plenty of people that I like long term and have subscriptions in YouTube and Twitch and all that kind of stuff for that are doing long episode, long play format, and don't feel the need to rush through game content. And I'm just right there with them. Like there's a reason why people appreciate the slow, do everything kind of play style, and definitely think Minecraft has that. Now, and this is a reason why I kind of go out there fishing around for people that are restarting, because I'm curious, if when I lose this world, what's the appetite then? The restart, I think everybody loves, right? But how can I inspire myself to start new building projects, different kind of backstory stuff? What do we do in a future world if that should happen? I hope it, I hope to build up our whole fortress and have this until 17 is officially released and we're playing that in this world. I don't know that that'll happen, but certainly like to give it the chance to. So anyway, just kind of rambling. If you've encountered that or have any ideas or thoughts, definitely feel free to drop me a line in the comments. Let me know what your take, and do you, in your efforts to establish your own content and viewer base, do you use, I don't want to say another one? We're gonna maybe hope to go by. I like it. I'd like to get more explored. I knew that was coming. Wait, where is he? So this is the Bastion Remnants Nether. That's our there he is. Headshot. I hear you coming. Oh, you're the axe guy. Tough. I mean, who knows? That could come all the way across over the top of us here. We're going to go forward, obviously, and we're going to see what's to be seen, but unlike the last one, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to try to go explore it right now. I think it's kind of worth trying to get through some of this stuff. I also think it's kind of worth taking a chance to clear out all this garbage we made. Okay, it seems full. Oh, run, leg it out. Not that. He's just a regular pig. This is our middle. Let's rip the band-aid off along here first. Might as well just do all the gravel. That. Oh, man. Look, don't make sounds like that if you're not coming to try to kill me. Every time, right there. Oh. Ah! Oh! Oh! What did I... Oh, I just got stuck right there. Oh, my goodness. Alright. If I've not made it clear, they're bad dudes. Did all the rest of the stuff despawn? Or did we just, already go back this far. It's like maybe despawned. Despawned enough, right? It's out of our hair. Wow. Okay. Too much excitement. Oh, we have one of the big pigs. So dumb, but I guess I gotta... I think this is our outer run, right? Oh, what is that? Oh, goody. Sounds like garbage truck guy might be here again. Hey, what day? It is Friday. I think that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday type deal. Alright. Hopefully that will at least keep it to a minimum. Man, oh man. Gone. 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 Oh, did you want to come over here there, buddy? Let's hope that holds him. Whew. Yeah, those piglin brutes, man, they are nasty. I don't know why the garbage truck needs to honk. But I do know that seems like a good opportunity to get rid of some junk. And of course we're going right through the middle of these stupid things again. Stupid things that I do enjoy. I like the content, but not helping us. Like, if you want to put something in the way, how about we get another nether fortress? Hmm? See any more of the remnant? That's good. No remnants of the remnants. Yeah, I don't feel like we've gone very far in this one at all. Ooh. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but... to me, it definitely seems like we still got a ways to go. Alright, let's set out across the lava sea. Before we do that, mic up. Hope you guys enjoyed wonderful sounds of garbage truck while I was sipping that coffee. This is good though. It's nice to be, you have a nice balance to the cobble that you're using. Help get the inventory back down again. While also not having to juggle quite as much of the netherite. Alright, I think we're close enough. Oh man. It feels like they've been out there for like an hour already. Methodically plodding along. This is what we wanted though while we were out boating around endlessly. You're like, oh, just get us back to where we can actually be making some progress. Well, now we're there, so... that's interesting up ahead. And this is where, even as we're just going out, getting out into the open before you go down to a single track is probably not an awful idea. Not that we're too out in the open yet. Looks like there's all kinds of shelves up above us. So I think I mentioned one of the big risks when you're out doing this kind of activity is the the lava cubes dropping, they don't take fall damage, so they can jump from the top of world height all the way down, and just landing on your bridge and starting to mash you. So this is this interesting little strand here. First time we've really been able to take a look around too much. Kind of nice, nice view. I'm just shifting here for a second. All right. So we'll pump that. I do. When you do get a little random stuff like that, I'd certainly like to build those in, because eventually we'll enclose all of these open stretches too, because we don't want to, we don't want to be fighting lava cubes or ghasts or anything else when we're mainly just trying to get from point A to point B. We just want to go. So we'll eventually get all these closed in and nice. But we're just trying to make tracks right now. Headset is all shifted weird. Again, this is usually an activity that's this is one where it's fun to watch somebody else playing while you're doing this and just kind of jam out. It can be dangerous, put some tunes on or whatever. Easy to lose focus and all of a sudden find yourself in trouble. We're, again, a little more secure in our equipment. We can, we can survive getting knocked into the lava. If this was early and we're doing this kind of stuff, just trying to get to a fortress, that's a little bit of hold your breath time. You're definitely at the mercy of the neighborhood. So again, here we'll just kind of try to pre-trim a bit of the shovel-specific stuff before we need too much of it. We can get rid of that and that. Swap that for that, and now we've at least gained back some. Alright, we ready to be disappointed? Hey, not too bad. 575. What were we? 13 is what we're looking for. Hang on, I'll check the numbers here. We are trying to get to 1249. So just under halfway on the X. Not bad. I say just under halfway from 0. I don't remember exactly what we're at. I think it was, it was close enough to it that we can use that, but I think we were actually in the negative when we started, so we've not come all that far. But now we're going to cruise right. Got a newish pick, and woo! Just hit the brakes in time. It was kind of one of those, like, your forehead is plastered to the dashboard of the car after you saw a dog or something around that and missed it, but dumped, anybody that's got like a cup of coffee or something, all of a sudden your car's a mess. Alright. More lava ahead. There's one point along there, but I guess it's not, nothing too major where we seemingly hit the brakes. Dump that. Dump that. Now that we've got access there, Not even gonna deal. Alright, ready? Game knows. and no, like as soon as it detects your playstyle, it's like, oh, okay, well this is how we can counter that. You're making good time. Let's put some of the burn your feet blocks right before the lava lake. So if you do slow down and back up in time, you then take more damage. Little repair work. We'll go dump the extra. Kind of prepare for another big crossing. So I don't know. I mean, it's obviously it's faster to do it like that, but kind of tedious too. And you gotta come all the way back and clean everything up and start over. That. Alright, well, snack up here. Alright, that's the kind of endless thing for which we saved all this cobble in the first place. And what may be a good opportunity to spot some fortresses in the distance, knock on wood. Kind of keep our eyes on the ground here for a moment. For one thing, it's about as quick as you can go to drop these out. As long as you're standing on the block, you can't place on the block, so this does save the clicking a little bit too. But as soon as you start looking around, you get into trouble. So kind of just staring at the toes, making tracks. Again, this is why, early in the game you got all this cobble and you're like, man, do we really have to make more chests just to dump this? Dirt can be the same way. We'll use some of that on the internal structure of our darkroom spawner. But when you know you've got like 700 blocks to go, you don't have to worry about looking back too much. There we go. Oh, this isn't even gonna really stop it. Ooh, we'll get to deal with some lava. That's kind of fun. Also means we can't just keep rolling. I guess we could. We're not gonna get too hurt by it, but that's the Striders sounds. And again, they're passive. They're actually mounts for the lava or the nether. But you can ride them in the lava. But technically, you can ride them outside of the lava too. Alright, there's our deal. So I actually really like when you do catch a lava in the middle of your path. I think aesthetically it is fantastic. It's so cool. So here's how I deal with these, and eventually we'll swap these blocks out one by one very carefully. But we're going to extend out on the side. And we can do the same here. If you don't want to put, you don't have to put stuff down below if you're interested in saving your blocks. So then we're going to, this bottom layer here will be covered, so it doesn't really count. Then we want 3 and then a ceiling up so that we can move around and jump and all that without bonking our heads too much. So and then one more. Now got to try to get out just as far down as possible there. Becomes a bit of a trick here too. I don't know why I'm making this difficult. We're just going to jump off anyway and not worry too much. So we're going to cross up here. Oh, and I still didn't. Cross. One there. 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 Now, these aren't our... Okay, so this is kind of our base. What I like to do is split the channel, and you can even kind of do it like this. Sometimes it'll go, sometimes it won't, but we can, we can get back and clean up when we have more of a chance to do so. And then we're just gonna pop there and allow the splits. Alright, well now we know we don't need that extra on either side of this one. You can always give it a try and see if it'll work if you have similar and wanna deal with it. So then we've got a cool little lava fall on either side, and I actually left one unintentionally there, but then I want to just pop these. Eventually, this is all going to be windowed, but I think it's cool to have the lava split, not just topped up at the top. You can certainly pillar up and frame it up around the outside, but I love it. And once you split these out with glass, if you double up, you won't get the drips like those. If those bother you, you can certainly keep them from being a deal. But yeah, it'll spill over the windows, and kind of just give a really cool effect to your world. Another visual bit. And when you're just cruising up a long straight shot of road, that's something. Hey, look, we just passed that. It'll give you an idea of how far along you are. We can check here to see. So we're at about 900. So making good progress. That would be a sign, if you've already gone all the way from our base portal, you've already gone all of the north direction, and now you're turning west, so you've come quite a long way when you see that waterfall. so focused on the clicking. Excuse the when I can't, oh, there he is. Get a little punch, knockback. So these are the only guys that are really a deal, and when they're on one, it's just that they can push you off. And again, I'm not too worried about getting stuck or anything. It's just slow and tedious. It really bogs down the play. So if you can get a 3 wide, that at least allows you a little spot. And they move pretty good through the lava. When they get on solid ground, they jump higher, so they move forward less. It's just something to be aware of. But yeah, in the transitions like this between domains, and I don't know if he'd come off or just snuck up on us from across the lava. It very well may have, because I was looking at my feet, right? That's one of the luxuries. But listen for that slime sound, slime hopping sound as an early indicator. Alright, now, do we think we can get some momentum? Do we think we can free up a couple spots here before we do? And I was looking, I didn't see any fortress signs while we were out in the midst of all that. We'll look more as we're filling in additional rows of cobble. Oh! What? Alright, hold on. Not. Sometimes, like I was saying in the netherite mining episodes, sometimes it's better to just be in the middle of it. It's not going to kill you that quick, so you can just kind of turn around and block the sources and go. Doesn't give us much of a chance to clear our inventory, but we got, having dumped so much cobble, we got lots of free space. If we could get our pick spot ready. Alright. Oh, really? I think I always know this, and I never put it into practice, that if you're crouching on the magma stuff, it won't burn you, but that's worse than dealing with it. Going slow, well, I don't want to do that. I saw that. Can we? No. Break it here. Enough anyway. I just didn't want to waste the opportunity to reset a little bit of this. Do ourselves a solid we won't even remember when the time comes to go back that way, but some little part of me will appreciate it. And then I'll go like, why? I'll go, why is there a hole? Alrighty. Man, if I could, stop it. I don't know, I got like a headset cable in my way. Alright, aim. Run. Alright, coffee. I don't know why in this particular stretch I can't go straight. $11.62. We're getting close. Alright, another little bit. Ooh, there's that, as I was calling it, the Star Wars spaceship engine drive. Boop, 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 boop noise. Oh, oh. Oh, I thought that was a fortress. Just a little piece of netherrack. These little low sections can be kind of annoying. Again, we had one earlier. I said, you know, you don't want to really put yourself in a canyon, right? Because then if the pig dudes come, you just, I suppose, eventually we'll cover it all. And it's not much of a long-term issue, but for a moment anyway, could be risky. That lava up there could make things interesting. It's just kind of verify that it's headed in the right direction anyway. That's all we really need to do up there. Mainly that I'm not about to, you know, if it's flowing over that way and we just can't see that this is just a little tiny ridge, as opposed to, you know, what appears to be a hill going all the way in this direction, then want to avoid taking that lava plunge from below if you can deal with it from the side. So fortunately it doesn't look like we have to do any of that. Very whatchamacallem-y, gasty. Oh, there's another lava. slime guy. Sounds like he's right over the top of us. Okay, almost through here. Just another opportunity to appreciate when you can go fast. Right towards the end of a section. Still looking for fortress signs. Looks like maybe some basalt over that way. We are right in the middle. Come on. So done with you, you magma. I still think this is our path or center. One. Still more. No surprise. Everybody knows it's gonna all be magma. None of that sounds good. That's just a zombie pigman, so he's not immediately hostile. But remember, we had a lava guy bouncing around, which looks like he's gone off into the lava sea. Wow. Very well placed blocks. Alright. Fun while it lasted. How we doing? 1320. Ooh, what are we trying to get to again? I can't. Every time I try to go here. 1249? Why did I think it was in the 1300s? So we're way past where we need to be. Which is fun. 1249, 737. Back to game. Let's bring these up. 90. 80, 70. It's just here to welcome us. Was it 12 something? The gas distracted me that time. 1249. Okay, so back just a touch. Right here-ish. Sounded sizzly. Okay. More? Okay, well this is gonna be kind of the area. gunpowder. Oh, no, that was just a smoke blobble. I don't see any tears. That's a shame. No more tears. Alright, just taking a little look around, dropping a few torches because we can. So we are 12:47, 8, 9, 7:37. Oh, one back here. This is the center of our area. And I believe we are oriented east-west at the base too. I don't think that matters. I just kind of like to keep it going a little bit. So kind of like we did in the Nether at the end portal. We just want to kind of build out and not necessarily cramp ourselves with a little station. I mean, we may end up with a road going on out that way, and as soon as I kind of get this here, I'll get the debug screen off, because that's a little, now that we got it marked, we don't need to worry about that. So yeah, we maybe come out here. This would be our wall. And where we still don't particularly care about ghast, or we're not particularly worried about them, we still want to have protection for our portal, right? But we can, I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get up to here. Another beautiful portal box in the Nether. And on this one, we're going to just go all the way solid roof. We'll throw some torches on top of it. We'll see how far our cobble, I don't know how many stacks we've left. I haven't really been looking. Hopefully enough, though. Over there. And we may run back, get some glass, and do a lot of this with glass, actually. Because who just needs completely cobble box? We got a lot of glass, right? We're not impoverished or anything. So if we did that, we can kind of come back around down here to go in. If we were doing glass, we could kind of do the old offset walls, pillars, whatever. Oh, who's coming? Something kind of along those lines. Now, this is going to be our frame. For the portal itself. There we go. And let's just cosmetically pull these couple. Because pattern. Alright, we can make this a little bit of an annex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. That would make you our corner. Which actually means we need to pull this out and put it back here. And then let's How can I hit that with an axe if I can't then reach it? It seems silly. Oh. Now we at least know what we're clearing to. I kind of like the idea of keeping the spots where the wall is there natural, except for the magma, because it's really gotten old. So it can just get replaced. Maybe set back it looks alright. Maybe if we left it like that. Real good here. Torches on the pillars. We can glass up in between. Should we run that frame all the way around the top? Just like so. Answers the questions of what to do on those. And we'll kind of leave that to figure out. Why is it still so short on this side? I thought we counted out better than that. Why did I... Whatever. It'll be asymmetrical, but I don't care. It'll be fine. Boom. There. Oh, and I put those on the corners, which was kind of dumb. Yeah, not so much. I don't know. Just there and there. Good enough, right? Now, see if we can. We can't. See, this is where that other content creator's little mod is actually a deal, right? Because he can just he can point at this and go down block, and it will actually set it one below. I've got nothing to anchor that to, and I can use his solution though that he didn't use but talked about, is drop some gravel and see if we can. Maybe it may just eat all this. I don't know if that works or not. Now that I've wasted it all. Oh, come on, dude. I don't even see you. What are you getting all upset about? Oh, there you are. Alright, well, let's... Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha. Okay, so now... I do that and that. And again, this is kind of just silly, but it's like, alright, well, if I'm here, let's underlay. Again, if we've got windows in here, then that we don't even get seen by the ghast, and he won't shoot at us. So next up, just get yellow box, pull out the old obsidian. Ooh, parkour master. Hi. Bye. Oh, and round that out. Wait, that could be confusing and disastrous. Alright, let's pick up... I really don't like having this stuff exposed over here either, by the way. Wouldn't be the first time I saw a chest take just a random wide hop and find the open lava, so... We'll do our best to avoid that. Alright, let's double check the math, and again, we're totally at the mercy of the note, and hoping that I converted it the right way and everything. So negative 1249, negative 737. I'll just read these off to you guys so that you can see. Well, we can trust ourselves here. Add window capture. Okay. Okay. You guys should see that now. Here, we'll pull it in so I completely block the screen if I forget about it. So, we are in the overworld at our Badlands base. This was the initial, there's like a red sand cross, and I put a torch in the middle of it, and that was our marker. So that was where we started. And when we dug underground and actually made our portal, these were the coordinates. So -9994 and -5898. Divide each of those by 8, and these are the values that I got. So we should be sitting right in the middle of it, -1249 and -737. So let's come back here. Let's hide that from you guys so you don't miss the rest of the stream, because that would be awful. Let's come back to the game. Oh, I wanted this. -1249, -738. Oh, because that's only 2. Wait, what? How did I... Okay, 6, 7. I think we're alright. I mean, we've been on 737 in the middle of it all the time. So, all good. 737. Whatever. Close enough. -1249, -738. However, get these out of the way. Let's what's our screen? Ooh, maybe like the vanishing things. The things. Let's eat for our picture. Let's get our hand on our sword. Let's F5. Wait. Okay. Oh, negative. Cheese. All right. Got a thumbnail this time. Now. A 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, 4 to go. We really need to get a pet up here so we can run up and say hi. Again, you calculate it right, it should work. Just don't pre-light either of the portals. Always let those balance each other out. All right, now for all the looking and slides and everything, 150. Oh, what perfect timing. So I think we're going to chill here. Can take those back for some extra XP. I'm just wondering, do I want to save any of this junk up here? I don't think I do, right? We'll go back and we'll dump most of it in the portal. But yeah, let's save and get out. Again, don't worry, be happy. I'm happy. We made it. We've got our nether road mapped at least, so we'll work to improve that over time. But for now, and as always, I want to thank you guys so much. Definitely appreciate the views and the likes and comments as those come. Really hope you guys are enjoying it. If you've got any feedback for me, please feel free to drop a comment. I definitely welcome that. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on kind of the mystery posed of the and it's again, whoever I saw this last time, not the first time. I've definitely seen that. It's definitely a thing that people call out. So is it a meme? Is it a meme? If anybody understands it, let me know. I'm just curious, really, more than anything. I'm gonna play the way I play and try to put it out there in the description so you know what you're getting. Yeah, we'll let other people do it their way too. So you guys take care of yourselves. Do get up, stretch out, go outside, breathe some real outdoor air. Out here, I smelled my first lilac the other day, and as I've said, that reminds me of home. They're kind of going. A lot of the trees and stuff amid the rain have kind of lit up. So. Beautiful time of year to get outside and get moving. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of that. I've done a couple of these. I've got the laundry that was supposedly finished before we started the last episode. I got to get that all dried up and it'll clank around and stuff. So a little bit of away from screen time for me now. So you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll be back to do this again real soon. Bye now.